Manchester United just lost yet another match, this time at home to Crystal Palace. They have now lost 5 out of the opening 9 matches in all competitions this season. This is the first time Manchester United seem to be in a crisis since, last year?
Again, and again, and again.
So, is Manchester United really in a crisis? And how did we get here? Before the 2022-23 season began, Manchester United sacked, let go, terminated, said goodbye to Ralph Rangnick after 6 months of giving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer an exit interview. Yes, that happened. And after an extensive recruitment plan,
तो मैंने तो ऐसा लिखा टकला motivation.
Manchester United hired Erik Ten Hag. Ten Hag did very well before going to Ajax, won the Eredivisie title thrice, and took a young Ajax team to the semi-finals of the Champions League, where they bottled a 3-goal lead to serial bottlers. In the first 6 months, Erik Ten Hag faced a lot of difficult moments at Manchester United. United lost the first 2 matches of the season last year to Brighton and Brentford. He faced resistance from a certain Cristiano Ronaldo. United were pumped by Manchester City and Liverpool, and Erik Ten Hag wasn't included in the list of the top 10 sexiest bald men for 2022. Quite heartbreaking.
Now I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
However, Erik Ten Hag, famous for his disciplinarian methods, established law and order at Manchester United.
I am the danger.
Manchester United managed to turn things around, finished in the top 4, and won the first trophy in 6 years. Marcus Rashford, who had a horrible start to the season, picked up form and went on a purple patch, almost as if he was playing for something significant, like,
Think, Mark!
a new contract. Maybe? Harry Maguire was removed from the first team, a decision that was meant by universal celebration, and fridges everywhere once again becoming synonymous with large, icy chambers that store the icy cold hearts of my exes. David De Gea, who was a polarizing figure among the fan base for the past couple of years, was shipped after he signed a contract after some long thinking, and Manchester United basically said,
"Nothing for you."
Manchester United has the best training facilities, backroom staff, upper management, boardroom, and owners who care very deeply about the club.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Okay, maybe I exaggerated. Manchester United's chaotic transfer market should be trademarked. After all, no club in the world can get so many signings wrong year after year, can they?
I say have a lot of faith, and we're going to win 3-0 tonight.
Anyway, after securing a Champions League spot, Manchester United had to kick on and get the right signings. So, Harry Kane? No. Frankie de Jong? No. Kim Min-jae? No. Mason Mount for 60 million? Andre Onana? Sell Maguire, Martial, Scott McTominay, and Donny van der Beek to raise funds for a striker.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Well, that didn't happen. For months, the Glazers also put Manchester United on the market, with the Qataris and Sir Jim Ratcliffe wanting to buy the club. And after months of shrewd negotiations, improved offers, and a lot of soul searching, the Glazers finally decided to sell. They didn't sell the club. They didn't sell the club. All of this uncertainty did not help the team or the manager, and the Glazers eventually said,
"It's a prank."
What the fuck are you talking?
It's a prank, mate. Oh, look, there's a camera there.
Over the past few months, Manchester United has put out more statements than wins. Players like Mason Greenwood and Anthony face serious allegations and charges, and while Greenwood has been loaned out to another club,
Boo this man!
Anthony was initially put on the shelf, but is now once again available for selection. Jadon Sancho, meanwhile, fell out with the manager, put out a statement on social media undermining Erik ten Hag, refused to apologize to him, and was online playing FIFA while Manchester United were playing Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. So,
Please disperse! Nothing to see here, please!
on the pitch, Rashford reverted to his pre-playing for the contract days, Bruno Fernandes took up miming instead of playing football, Onana forgot how to save shots, and Manchester United lost almost a dozen players to injuries. And Sancho just keeps playing FIFA. Manchester United's disastrous start to the season sees them in the bottom half of the table after just 7 games. This is also the club's worst start to the season in over 35 years. But where does this leave Erik ten Hag? Well, some fans are beginning to question him. Others remain firmly behind him. But if the results don't improve, the Dutch Heisenberg will be fired, and we will have to go through the entire process again. Manchester United, over the next few weeks, have very important and very winnable games. Erik ten Hag must get his tactics right, and players need to start playing for the badge. After all, this is the iconic Manchester United. The theatre of dreams awaits those who are brave enough to dream big. The players must hold themselves accountable, and changing yet another manager will not solve anything. In fact, it will cause more problems with players like Anthony, Onana, Mason Mount, Amrabat, Lisandro Martinez, and Rasmus Højlund, all brought in to fit Ten Hag's playing style. We should be patient, but the results obviously need to improve. Tell me what you think Manchester United should do in the comments below.